Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's Nomfundo here. If you are new to the channel, please remember to subscribe and press the notification button so that you never miss any of my upcoming uploads. So today I would like to talk about working night shift, and this is such a relevant discussion at this point in time since the COVID-19 has caused most of the companies to stop production. And not only does it affect companies, but it also affect the workers because they also stopped or minimized their earnings. So what people will want to do is they will want to try and recover those lost revenue. And the best way to do this, or the normal way of doing this, is to work longer hours or to introduce night shift to ensure that production continues 24/7. So I would like to share what has worked for me since now and then in my job I am expected to work night shift, maybe through in times where we have turnarounds, shutdowns, or emergency work. I have been expected to support on a straight night shift. So I'd like to share with you what has worked for me and see if you can be able to incorporate that into your life. So the first guidance that I'd like to give you is to talk to your family, to share with them what your expectations are in terms of how they can support you. And that this is so important because these are the people that you share your space with, and you want them to be in line with what you are trying to achieve. You don't want them to be hosting parties and causing a lot of noise for you while you are trying to sleep. And you not only want to talk to your close family about this, but also, where possible, you want to extend this discussion to your neighbors where possible. And this is very, very critical because you don't want your neighbor to start using lawnmower, for example, because that can be very, very destructive in terms of noise. There are instances that you cannot really control, like dogs barking, for example. You can't really control that, or even construction that nearby your place. You cannot really control such. And that is why you may want to, after having that discussion with them, you may also want to consider how you can be able to also cater for the noise that you cannot really um, remove or reduce. For example, your gadgets. If you have gadgets in the room, not only do they affect you through the noise, but the lighting that they give off can also be very, very destructive while you are trying to sleep. So what you want to do is you want to make your room to be night shift ready. So you want to create a good environment that will um, invite the sleep. For example, you want to put thick curtains instead of the thin one, because the thick curtains will block light coming from outside as much as possible, and will in some extent also block a little bit of noise. And that is also very, very important. But some of those gadgets can also assist in helping you with trying to get some sleep. So they're not just all bad to have gadgets in your room, but they you can use them to your advantage. For example, the earphones, you can buy like earphones that are good for you, phones that you can use to sleep, that are designed to be used while you are sleeping. Those earphones you can use to listen to soothing music that invites sleep, that is creating a good environment for you to be able to sleep. You can also use blindfolds, which also cater for that extra lighting that is coming through the windows or also from your gadgets. And also the earplugs. You can use earplugs, but earplugs that you normally use at work, you can use those to block off extra noises that are coming from your environment. So it is very important to use these gadgets to your advantage. So you also while you are working night shift, you want to be drinking water. As much as coffee is good for night shift because it keeps you awake, it keeps you alert, so it is good for you. But just before you go home, you want to ease to like slow down on the coffee and rather have water if you feel like you need to drink something. And also, you want to eat before you go to bed because you don't want to be trying to be sleeping and then you get hungry after trying so hard to get some sleep, and then you get hungry. Now you must wake up and just so that you can be able to eat. And while everyone is having breakfast, you want to also change your clock to suit the night shift work. So when people are having breakfast, you want to be having supper. And I know that is not easy, but it is what will usually work better. While you are driving from work, I suggest that you carpool with your friends or neighbors, people that are driving towards the same direction, because if one person gets tired, other people can also drive, and you can actually share that load, vice versa. If you do get tired, I do suggest that you don't take long drives, but I know that there are circumstances where you really need to drive, take long distances. So if you do get tired, you'll have to find a safe place to sleep. Like for example, the gas station. You can just rest there for a while and just get yourself a power nap before you continue with your journey. When you get home, you also don't want to take a heavy exercise, but you can just stretch a little bit before you sleep. This will ensure that you don't get really energized from your exercise, but just take something that's more like yoga. You also don't want to get home and just go straight to bed. You need to take a shower or a bath, and that will also assist in getting better quality sleep. When you get home, don't start preparing heavy meal and cooking, because we've also heard of incidents whereby people came off night shift and tried to cook and then fell asleep with the pot on the stove, and even almost get their apartments on fire. So you don't want to get home and start preparing hectic meals. Just prepare something light, or else just get your family to assist you and keep a meal for you, so that when you get home in the morning, you can have something to eat. Also, you want to invite your sleep naturally. You don't want to be dependent on the pills and stuff like that. And if you feel like you need to drink, rather drink water. Don't go back and drink coffee again, so that will cause you to be alert and won't invite the sleep. You also don't want to take alcohol. Any form of alcohol is not good. So you'll hear people saying, oh, wine is better. No, no, no. Any form of alcohol is not good. If you really feel like you need to drink something, drink water. And also with water, you wanna be drinking it in moderation, because if you drink too much water, you're gonna try to get some sleep, and then now and then you're gonna need to use the loo because you drank too much water. So don't drink too much water. So the type of music that you want to be listening to in terms of using your earphones, we want to be listening to music that is inviting the sleep, music like this. You also want to keep a healthy diet, sugary food, ice cream, and chocolates. Those are not good for you while you are trying to get some sleep. So, my other guidance is that at night before you start your night shift, you want to sleep as late as possible. Try to sleep after 12, or even try to sleep in the early morning, maybe like 2 o'clock. Just push it as far as you can, because you want to get your body used to being active at night. So that is why I will advise you to do that. I would also advise you to sleep before you start your night shift, because if you don't sleep by the morning, you would have done like 24 hours without rest at all. If you enjoyed this video, please like, and also let's chat on the comment section below. And yeah, do subscribe. And yeah, I hope to see you on my next upload, and I'll try to make it as related to the this one, night shift one, as possible. Love you all the way from South Africa. Bye.